I'm not sure if he's completely departing from Calvin Ford Tutlick, but it's official. Amid the news circulating regarding him not fighting this year, Gervonta Davis seems to be making drastic changes in his team in an effort to make his comeback noteworthy. Meanwhile, reacting to the news of Gervonta firing his previous coach for a seat in the Benavidez camp, Sean Zittel appeared hesitant in sharing a definitive take, emphasizing that though it might suit Tank, nothing is for certain till now, especially after the vague interview given by Coach Calvin.
He hasn't been, contender status for a minute, Jose Benavidez, really since Crawford. That was whatever he had left after that shooting, Crawford got it from Jose, and then everything since then has been.
So that's going to be interesting to watch when they come down the ring together.
Yeah.
Jose and Tank.
It's their business, but I just don't. I don't add up the beef with him and Calvin Ford, really. I guess Calvin may have done an interview or two that Gervonta didn't like, but it's like, that
made no sense, man.
Talking about this,
that
Sean
regardless
Porter
of the
argued
negative reception to this new strategy, he thinks it will be a good one for Tank, as sometimes in your career you need a certain stability and calm, which Davis might seek in Jose after seeing it lacking in his previous team.
I'm not sure if that's a great matchup.
I feel like there's some comfort there.
Is that what it is?
I feel like that's what it is. I feel like there's some
They
comfort
both
there.
killers.
He's down in Florida, if I'm not mistaken.
Miami, yeah.
it's Washington,
Yeah, he's between
Seattle,
and
Washington,
Florida.
Florida, Arizona,
Yeah.
Vegas.
He be everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which might match the lifestyle of Gervonta Davis,
Yeah. Surprising to see it. I think. But I feel like he's comfortable with Jose, and just telling y'all what I know. Sometimes that's all it takes. Whatever's gonna get this light flip up, turned on, and keep it on. Sometimes it's comfort. I just need somebody I feel comfortable with, that I can be myself with, and that when I'm ready to move, they moving. When they ready to move, I'm moving. And I feel like he thinks he has that with Jose.
Moving on from this change in team to possible next fights, in his latest interview, Bill Haney emphasized that the biggest fight for them will most certainly be a bout between Tank Davis and Devin Haney. And to orchestrate this, they are in continuous talks with Al Heyman.
He put it on there for the people, and we haven't got an answer or respond. I mean, I think G Money came out of nowhere. You know who G Money is? That's Gervonta Davis, I think.
He lying.
According to this new Twitter thing. I'm not sure.
Ray, go ahead.
Yo, Bill. What's going on, baby?
I heard you, Tim. I heard you call, Cap. Listen, and Tim, listen, we want to make you a believer, and we want to do all that we can do to make these big, bad fights happen. And I think that's what Devin has shown. On the list, Tank Davis, he sets at probably the number one. I mean, we've been had back and forth. I think that when you talk about him fighting a Jake Paul, if that was realistic, there's no realistic weight that Jake Paul could have ever come down to Devin's walk-around weight. So I consider this as real. Me and Al have had discussions. That's made it even more.
Though Bill is actively pushing for a fight between Devin and Tank Davis, he has also been considering other names for his fighter, such as Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, Ryan Garcia, and even Conor Benn, sending a message to everyone that they are not the ones who are ducking this time.
Plus the list, the 10, do you have them off the top of your head? One is Tank Davis.
What's the 10, Bill?
Well, Tank, you got Tank, you got Shakur, you got Keyshawn on there, you got Boots on there. Of course, you got Ryan, you got Conor Benn. You know what I mean? I think, that's a lot of flavor on there right there.
No question, you're looking for the smoke.
Mario Barrios, he got taken off the list with the fight he had. I think Teofimo will earn he's on the list, and he'll earn his way back on the list by beating Rolly Romero, even though that's been the ultimate grudge match. We got Rolly Romero on the list. I mean, and the list has been up for a long time. This is not anything that we're...
Addressing the talk surrounding Bill's alleged talks with his promoter, Gervonta took to Twitter to clear up the situation, stating that at the end of the day, the decision of his opponent, as well as his return, lies with him, and no matter the conclusion, he will always be supported by his promoter. Gervonta tweeted, "When it comes to my career, AL listens to me. He's still the man, but with my career, it's my decision what I want to do." Following this tweet, Gervonta also issued various callouts, one of which surprisingly included his former close ally turned nemesis Floyd Mayweather, whom he thinks might be his next opponent. Though many people are skeptical of the true intentions behind this tweet made by Gervonta, they still seem to agree with the fact that Tank intends to come back sooner rather than later and against a notable name. Tank wrote in his tweet, "I'll take Floyd too. Tell him suit up." Hinting at his close return, Gervonta also tweeted, "Trying to lock one in RN. I'm trying to see what's really good." However, contradicting these points, presented by Bill and the tweets made by Gervonta, Mike Coppinger stated that according to various insider reports, Gervonta Davis will not return to the ring till 2027, which leaves little to no room for any potential discussions right now with his promotional company.
To Bill on the drive over here, basically what Bill said is he spoke to Al Heyman, and in their discussions, Al said, look, Gervonta Davis is not going to be ready until Q1 of 2027 for any fight. So Gervonta Davis is not going to fight in 2026. It sounds like Bill is still very highly interested in that fight for next year. In the meantime, he said Devin has to fight, obviously. Hasn't had a fight yet in 2026. They're still looking at Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis. They prefer the Shakur fight, but if not, they will pursue that Keyshawn Davis title defense.
I got to hand it to Bill Haney and Devin Haney. He hasn't fought.
Similarly, agreeing with his fellow analyst, LaShawn McCoy, stated that though Devin might be an excellent fighter who has garnered a lot of buzz in the last couple of years, it is very unlikely that Tank will be returning to take him on, rather than moving to an opponent that will actually generate true hype and will be a fight worthy of a comeback.
I can't see him fight anybody that's like really, really good. I can't see it.
You saying Tank?
I can't. So even Bill and Devin fighting for it, I just, even
How
before.
could you say that when he was in negotiations to fight Jake Paul?
Bro.
Nah, man, but one thing about Haney,
if we keeping it real,
he definitely want the smoke.
I don't see it, bro.
I respect that.
Yeah, but
I do wanna see Devin
if only
in,
one side
Paul.
wants to.
Agreeing with Mike and LaShawn, Tim Bradley stated that Gervonta's return is something very ambiguous at this stage, and that, even if the comeback takes place, it will not be against some less renowned name like Devin Haney, as Bill might have stated. Tim noted that the most probable route that Tank will be to take on a fighter given to him by PBC, which appears to be Stephen Fulton.
Ooh, you running out of time too, player. I see you where you're playing your cards, man. Yeah, you trying to make something happen. But you already know Tank ain't, and it's not happening. No, that's not happening. Nah, hell no. Tank will fight probably Stephen Fulton before he fight your son. Yeah, he gonna fight Stephen Fulton probably before he fight your son. Yeah, they gonna go down the PBC list and say, oh, that's a good one there. Yeah, we can make that happen. Anytime Tank step foot in the ring, he sells out arenas. We gonna put him against Fulton. Yep, we gonna see what he can do against Fulton. Yeah, I know Fulton got a little dance partner coming up, but they put him in there with somebody that he's supposed to win. So then early next year sometime, yeah, something like that. But you are in a bad spot.
Looking at another controversial point surrounding Tank's newly released schedule, Blue Blood Sports revealed that PBC seems to be entering in a new venture with none other than DAZN, and for this reason, they have kept Tank out of this deal, so in future, they can use him for an even more lucrative negotiation, essentially reducing his status to nothing but a pawn to be used by all the higher-ups, with little to no regard for his career.
Here's the kicker. Not only did they eventually do that, but now the deal doesn't include Gervonta Tank Davis. Why doesn't it include Gervonta Tank Davis? For two separate reasons. For one, they still using him as a pawn to get more money and a bigger deal and distribution. I told you that deal they signed with Amazon Prime, there was no distribution deal. It was only, there was no budget. It was only a distribution deal. I told you guys that. They had no money. They had to concede to DAZN. Now they're going to get a budget from DAZN. This is what I said they should have been doing when y'all said I was hating on the PBC.
Furthermore, Blue also pointed out that all this drama seems to be further complicating the situation, as Tank is already ready to get out of the sport given all the legal issues he has been facing outside of the ring. The analyst stated that all these tactics, along with the continued hate directed his way, seem to be further repelling Gervonta from making a comeback, eventually marking a solemn end to his legacy.
Tank Davis is 33 years old by the next time he fights. What do you mean he's 33? He just turned 31. He turns 32 in November. So the next time he fights, he's going on 33 years of age. They say he ain't going to fight until at least March of 2027. In 2027, he's going on 33 years old. And he don't have interest in continuing to box. Y'all not hearing me. He got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's ugly, man. It's ugly. But they're going to use Tank as a pawn. So, indicates that events headlined by Tank Davis are not part of agreement. Those bouts would require separate negotiations if they are added to DAZN.
Sharing his reaction to this postponement, Showbiz the Adult stated that though many fans will be disappointed with the news about Tank not returning until next year, they have to acknowledge the fact that there is a lot of stuff that is happening in Tank's life, which makes this return timeline justified, no matter what other opponents in the division might be saying about him or what actions they might be resorting to on social media.
Quarter 2027. Wait a minute. Now, just hold fast. Number one, kind of realistic, because there's a lot going on with Tank that I don't know nothing about, right? That's outside the ring. I haven't been covering all of that, but I know there's a lot going on. You have to be under a rock to not realize there's a lot going on with Tank. So I can understand that, which is why I think Devin Haney blocked Tank, because Devin Haney, I don't have the receipts on that, but he blocked Tank. And I think he blocked Tank or G-Money. I think he blocked him because it's kind of like, there's nothing else to say. We ain't fighting until, according to you.
Furthermore, Showbiz also pointed out how after years of hostility from his fellow fighters and all those in the industry, Gervonta has to maintain a certain stoic nature which might come off rude to many people. He further stated that based on all these factors and the constant struggles the fighter seems to be facing outside the ring, he has been a bit hostile, though that might not be his true personality.
I see Tank as a guy who prefers to be kind. He's lighthearted, prefers to have fun and be goofy. But every time he shows that, he has to defend himself. He's under attack. So what Tank decides to do, and I think it's been that his whole life, he got a chip on his shoulder. So I'm just gonna, you never heard him tweet or X or comment anything cool. It's always some, it's always some foul shit, because he's gonna shoot at you before you shoot at him. But when I think of Tank as what I think he is at his core, when he's dancing and doing the dance, and you know what I'm saying?
However, taking offense to the way that Tank has been reacting online against other fighters, Greg Hackett stated that all these mean tweets are just an attempt to stay relevant, especially considering how Tank's popularity seems to be dying given his inactivity. According to Greg, all these mean tweets are just a reflection of what is really going on in Gervonta's life and how he seems to have an insecurity.
Yeah, I expected it because he's not fighting right now. So what is he going to do to keep his name hot? You know what I mean? If it ain't fighting, if it ain't beating up a broad, if it ain't crashing into somebody, what is he going to do to keep his name hot? He got to talk shit. You know what I'm saying? He got to pop his shit. That's the only way he's going to keep his name hot, because for some reason he's been off for so long and he can't get back. And he's trying to get back, but you know what I mean? Right now it's just all talk. So the only thing I know is everybody letting the internet, lead the way, and that's where they run to when shit get tough. You know what I'm saying?
Moving on, sharing his take, renowned analyst Roy Jones Jr. presented a rather unique opinion, stating that in the last couple of months, people are moving on from Tank to current favorite Devin Haney, as he seems to be not only more popular among the fan base based on his current activity, but also seems to be advancing in his career as compared to Tank, whose name seems to be fading with every passing day of inactivity.
Because of the way Devin came up with his dad being his manager and all, everybody at Devin, you know what I mean? They all hate him because of him and his dad's situation, right?
Yeah.
But it's hard to have everybody at you, but when all of them are after you, that means you're doing something right. Because everybody wants to smoke with you. That means you have developed enough of a namesake that they all want to come try you. So kudos to Devin too, because everybody after Devin. You want to see Keyshawn chasing Tank, you want to see Shakur chasing Tank, you want to see Keyshawn chasing Shakur, but everybody want Devin. You understand me? So when you're that one guy like that, that's why I leave.
On the other hand, talking about potential fight for Tank to make a comeback, Roy emphasized that the most talked about one is most certainly the fight with Shakur Stevenson, and that it might be way more competitive than people think, as Shakur has the abilities to control the fight from the outside, and this along with his immaculate footwork will cause a lot of issues for Tank.
Concern is I think Tank will have to give up a lot to beat Shakur, because Shakur gonna keep them feet on him. And you got to gamble against them feet. You can't just go down and box and think you're going to beat him. As Teofimo found out, you got to gamble with them feet, because you don't gamble with them feet, he's going to beat you all night. He's comfortable being on that back leg and being smart about it. He's comfortable tattooing you all night long. He ain't got to knock you out. He's comfortable just popping you all night long. And that's a good thing. So I think it's very difficult for anybody to beat him that don't know or is not willing to gamble and sacrifice it.
Also expressing his views, Floyd Schofield Sr. stated that in his view, neither Tank nor Shakur deserve the legendary fighter status as those before them, including Terrence Crawford, as they have not proven anything major till now in their careers. Floyd also added that for a fighter to be considered great, they have to clear out their division and fight against all sorts of tough opponents without ducking, which neither Tank nor Shakur seems to be interested in.
Hear about Tank. When you're talking to me, those are frivolous people. Every boxer only gonna last a little while. Nobody gonna remember their ass, even us. Even us. The only ones that's remembered is like the people who did like Crawford. Ones that became real legends. Beat everybody in the division and multiple divisions. That's the people I respect. So if y'all ask me about a Tank or Shakur, they haven't done that. They not cut off the cloth that we cut off, that I watch your boy Crawford cut off. So that's the difference. That we cut off. I know where we came from. Just do the research on us.
However, as an integral member of Tank's team, Kenny Ellis stated that the most probable fight surrounding Tank seems to be his bout with none other than Floyd Schofield, emphasizing that this will be a great event for not only boxing but also a great opportunity for Tank to make a comeback against a notable fighter. Still being realistic, Kenny stated that even if this fight does not materialize, they will continue to look for other opportunities.
What's your reaction on the WBA mandating that fight?
Hey, if they can make it happen, it'd be good, you know. If it don't happen for whatever reason, then that's just boxing, you know. That's what Schofield Sr. said. It's a tune-up. A tune-up.
But do you really believe that? Like in his eyes when he says it's a tune-up? Explosive fight in your eyes. Those two guys going at it.
Both of them can punch, but Tank is a gifted puncher. He don't need equipment to punch. You know what I mean? He's not being taught how to punch. He was born, it's God gifted compared to Schofield's punch. You know, all the strength work and stuff like that. No disrespect, but it's a different talking Tank's punch.
Okay, so you feel like with Tank it's just natural, and then with Floyd Schofield it's kind of been taught.
Yeah, through training and stuff like that. But however you get it, you get it. But you know, Tank punch is different.
So in the end, what are your thoughts on Gervonta Davis making sudden changes in his team and calling out all the fighters in his recent tweets? And what do you think about the news regarding his schedule being shifted to next year? Do you believe that it will allow the fighter to grow, or that it is just a tactic to monetize him further? Make sure to tell us about your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe to our channel for more exciting boxing updates.